Welcome friends, this is AnishforU, and today we're going to build a glass structure around this particular mountain. It is very easy to build. All you need a perfect mountain like this one and a nice looking meadows or black forest like entrance or something like that. You can also choose any plains also. You can choose that. Also, it's if it is not mountain, it actually looks quite good because there is some foliage around it, so it actually looks quite nice. Otherwise, you can do it anywhere, any place. It doesn't matter. So we're placing up first stage or this first floor. So it is going to be a total structure made by this iron beam. Iron beam is very easy to get. If you're making it smaller, if you're making it low friendly, so in that sense, iron beam is much easier to get. And if you're not getting crystal, you can just make it open door. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any change. And if you're in creative mode, you can do whatever you need to do with your resources, unlimited resources. So that's that. So we are making these round shape structure, for the landing purpose. So all of our buildings are going to be, all of our bases throughout this huge structure is going to be these round about structure. Those are not particularly unique in that sense. We already make a lot of these kind of structure, but for this particular video I'm going to implement it not only stack by stack, also sideways here and there, somewhat big, somewhat small. So it is going to be thinned around these round shaped structure. As you can see here, this top one is slightly bigger than the bottom one. And we are using the slope or this slope beam because we also need to use the whole structure accessible through foot, or means accessible through, you can just walk to the top of the structure without going through any portal or anything, something like that. Because let's say that if it is interconnected by portal, it costs a lot of portal, and it's not always convenient to get those kind of portal everywhere in your structure. So that's the main reason. And obviously it is not a practical structure, so please don't bother make it practical, because if you're using any kind of practical structure, you're not going to drag your material or metal onto these huge structure just to craft it or something like that. So in that perspective, it is not a particularly load friendly or practical structure. It is just a fantastic looking structure that you can, as you can see here, it's already quite tall. So we first make the spine of the building. This one you can call it spine. This is a ladder-like part of the structure, what going to be across from bottom to top. So as you can see here, this middle portion is we can also take some advantages of these particular slope. So we can either modify it, or we can change it by placing some stones, block or something like that, and we can make it platform. We can do that, and we can easily strengthen the structure by placing the beam within the mountain, so it is going to be properly supported, as you can see here. And because you had a big amount of support in your backyard, you can just go all round as high as you can. It is going to be easily possible. So although I am going to use normally the 45-degree one, I'm sometimes also use 26-degree beam. So not just get confused about it, because you get how you are going to use it. It's up to you, and the shape of the mountain where you're building it. So it's according to that. Nothing else is matter. So I am previously I trying to make it like that, but later I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it in a total round shaped structure. You're going to see it now, and there is a big platform here, and as you can see here, it looks quite nice here. There's going to be a platform, and there's going to be a top structure. There's some side structure here. This one going to be quite big, I think. It says you can just swipe it upward, and you can just make it round. If you have any problem with the stability of the structure, you can just make a horizontal beam, place it into the ground or place it into the mountain, and you can easily solve the problem. And even sometimes you don't have a plain area, so you can just build a platform around here like that. So this structure main problem is it is not only practical. Other thing is it has a very low space. So throughout the restructure, we're not getting a lot of space. If you are making it in the mainland or any place, we're getting a real life or real square meter or square feet. As per that, per square meter, we can get a nice chunk of area, but in this particular build, we are not going to get that because it is going to be a sloped area, and the small section we are building is not going to work as a particularly spacious room or spacious place to stay or build. I think the most biggest room going to be the top of the structure, where I can build any way I like. So it's going to be much more bigger than the rest of the structure. So the top of the structure going to be bigger, and if you wish to do it in a smaller part of the mountain, you can also do it. In that case, you are going to need to build it all around the mountain, so you can get a really huge or big looking structure in that sense. So it is bad weather. We are still doing our job. Some are slightly bigger, some are slightly smaller, and we're going to extend these by placing this a vertical beam, and we're going to connect it. I think that height is quite good. 3 meter height is quite good, I think. And as you can see here, although you can place a pillar, this pillar or vertical beam as frequent as you like, but you don't need to do that. You can just alter the placement, and you don't need all those beams if you are making a non-creative structure or non-creative mode structure. So for that reason, you can just skip a lot of beams actually. Now we complete some of the structure, and we place some flooring here and there. We're going to show how we're placing the flooring, and I think you already know how to do that. And now we're going to place the top structure, the topmost, the biggest one. So for that reason, we're going to just follow a big round shape, and sometimes obviously we are going to do some support here and there. So this shape going to be a total round, and is going to be supported by the horizontal beam, not the vertical one like the lower structure. So it is going to be a total horizontal support, and I think it looks good on the top of the mountain. No need to structure here. Placing those beams doesn't make any difference if you are using Western floor. If you are using even any kind of stone floor, it doesn't make any problem. But if you are placing the wooden floor, it is going to be a problem, because there's going to be a lot of bumpy surface going to be there. So keep that in mind. And after completing that, we can place some stair and just roughly make a idea how we can place our stairs here and there. So we can make some room, as you can see here, some adjustment here and there, and continue through it to the topmost structure. We're using some of those wooden structure, but later I'm going to replace it with the stone one. So keep that in mind. So as you can see here, we place some stair here, and obviously the angle of the mountain is quite steep. So we have to use these particular stair, but it is very haphazard to walk on it. And the top of the structure, we are placing the question 4x4, and because it is quite big, and placing it like that, just around it like it, and you can just press Q and just select a particular corner, and you can just click it bottom particular corner, and then you can just press it down like that, and you can also fill it like that. It's quite easy. You all know that. I think you all already done it couple of times. So it actually looks quite nice. We can also do it here, some big beam, a big stone structure or stone blocks. We can place it here, and then we can modify the terrain, and we can change it, or we can just dig some place here like that, and place the normal rock, normal stone, and complete it. We can also do it like that here. We can make it as very small structure, a very small section of the structure. Although it takes a lot of time, this particular structure takes a huge amount of time, because not only make the model, this skeletal structure, but also placing the painstakingly this granite floor and a lot of shielding, not shielding, is roofing and all that. It takes a lot of time. So if you have a lot of time, then you can start this kind of structure. Otherwise, it is not practical to do that much work for a non-practical base. So that's it. And as you can see here, our framework is almost complete. Some horizontal beam here and there to just support the granite floor. Nothing special. And as you can see here, the structure actually looks quite nice from here. And first of all, before completing the structure, make sure your total communication is good. Means your how you commune from one place to another. Not the connection is quite good. Because if you mess it around here, then you have a big problem, because this is a already complicated setup. So if you mess it now, then you will have to face challenges later. So keep that in mind. And it is always wise to complete the basic requirement first and decorate and all those other things later. So it is almost done. The skeleton of the structure is almost done. As you can see here, some walkway here and there to easily access the floor, different floor, and we can also use those top of the structure, the top floor or the roof of the structure. We can also use those and to place some different items, or you can just place some tables, chairs, and all that. You can do all kind of things. And this is the entrance of the whole structure. So you can just place it here. You can just support it accordingly. You can make a nice looking entrance also. I didn't do that. And now we're going to place some decoration part. So this is the western small beam. We just cover it up throughout the structure to make it look better. And there is some black beam, this ashwood beam. We are placing it upon the iron beam, so it looks nice. We just cover it up. It actually looks quite nice, because the western beam and the ashwood beam actually had a natural contrast with each other. And placing some support here and there. These are not requirement, but it looks good. That's why I'm placing these. Normally your structure doesn't need any kind of stone support. It is already quite strong, and these are the western small pillar I'm placing over the iron bin, so it looks nice. I'm not going to show the entire process because it is already a huge video. It is around 10 hours, I think 10 to 12 hours long video. This total building structure, even without even deleting a certain part of the structure building in the prompt or in the start. So I'm going to skip a lot of those portions. I'm just going to show you the single process once and twice, and then just skip the whole process. So you're not going to show me placing those roofs 1,000 times and not placing those obviously crystal wall. That is tremendously problematic and time taking, as you can see here. It takes a lot of time to place those individual pieces here and there. I wish I should use a mod to just group it out and just place it there, but I didn't do that. And for bigger gap, as you all know, that you cannot place the crystal onto each other, so you need always support. And for the bigger gap, I am going to use this support, this crystal wall, by placing those iron support before and then just placing it like that. It's actually not looks that bad from outside or from far away, but obviously it's not is not as clear as the normal crystal wall you're getting. So it's slightly different. As you can see here, these crystal walls are much more clearer than this previous one, but it also needs a lot of support here and there, because both sides you need support if you're doing it vanilla. So I also need to put the support here. So now you know. And if I only just show you this whole process, how I place the crystal wall, it takes like 25 days, I think. So it takes a long time. So this is the basic thing I do, and there is a complete version of the structure. It's quite nice, quite interesting, and quite unique in that perspective. I always trying to build a structure around something, like I already did it with the big pillar and then the trees and all that. So I'm also trying to do this kind of structure, but this is quite unique and quite a long time taking structure. So if you like it, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you're still not subscribed member, please hit the subscribe button. It is still free, as you can see right now. It is still free, so hit it, and you don't have to miss a lot. And see you next time. Bye bye.